Oh, hey y'all, Fatty here, and with Genesis 2 just coming out around the corner, I thought it'd be a great idea to go back through all the maps in order of their release and just do my top 5 hidden base locations for each map. This is going to be the first one in the series, starting with the island, and let's not waste any more of your time and jump straight into it. Coming in at number 5, this one's going to be located at 17.3, 42.6. Now this one is not going to be the most elaborate one on the list, but this is one of the best ones for just prefabricating a base. And if you don't know what that means, it's just like when you get into a new server or a new cluster and a lot of the spots are taken and you don't really have time to just go scout because you don't really have much, this is going to be the spot where you want to just throw down something really quick, maybe just get a couple heavies down real quick, just to kind of guard yourself so you can kind of scout and better establish yourself, you know, the kind of base where you leave a lot of your stuff and upload, that kind of a deal. This one is really great just because it's not that difficult to get to. There's a lot of close resources by like organic polymer and whatnot, as well as there's a node in there that will really help you level up when you first get started, which makes this one a pretty nice spot, especially starting off. Coming in at number 4, this one's going to be located at 82.6, 10.2. Now this one's just going to be located a pretty decent way off the shore of Red Ob, but not really too far, so that's always the best location to kind of start out with if you're trying to find this base location. And it is one of the few and the best underwater base spots on this one, and it's great because it's not like a tech, you know, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name of the underwater chambers that you can do like a tech underwater base or whatever. This is actually just kind of a little cave. It's one of those silica pearl caves. But the reason why I like this one is the 2 entrances to actually get up into where the cave is are really small and really hard to get into, so they're really easily defendable as well. And the kind of main meta right now people use to like soak, especially like underwater bases, is either Baleosaurs or it's Stegos as well. And with Baleosaurs, it's going to be really hard to get a Baleosaur in there and angle without getting the rider shot off, especially if you have your turrets up high, watching this first little breach out area where you have to actually get out of the water to get onto the land. As well as a Stego, if you have a lot of those tech turrets or even heavies just only on survivors and especially up high, it's going to be extremely hard for those people to actually kind of breach up in there. The one thing I have seen people do on a base kind of like this is do a mana dive where they like push in with 2 people on a mana and just try to get up and quickly dash over it. So you just want to build some kind of defense to be prepare for that, or as well put some internal turrets as well. But this spot is a great one, especially on the island. Coming in at number 3, this one's going to be located at 19.1, 19.0. Now, this one has been located on the Ark Island map for a really long time, but it's recently kind of got a little bit of redesign, if you will. When Genesis Part 1 was coming out and they were putting the secret HLNA nodes to get the different skins and stuff to kind of get people excited for it, they made different parts of the map reactive if you have the season pass to the HLNA shoulder kind of pet thing. And when they did that, they kind of redesigned this cave a little bit too. And now this one has just really narrow areas to start off with. But once you do, you're just kind of in a labyrinth. Now it's going to be a very claustrophobic base. This isn't going to be a great one to just raise a bunch of dinosaurs, but this is going to be a great one for farming and prepping and doing that kind of stuff, especially if you're trying to take over one of the bigger caves and they're already taken over, or even if you're going to try to, you know, like fob on somebody else, you know, and you just want to get something established on the island. This is a great one to kind of get you going on that. Coming in at number 2, this one's going to be located at 14.5, 86.0. Now, this one is a kind of more familiar one. A lot of people do know this one. This is going to be Carno Cave. But throughout my entire time of doing these hidden base locations, like the best ones, worst ones, whatever, even on like different ones on the island, I've actually never included Carno Cave. So I know this one is a little bit more well known than others, but for a lot of people, they still don't know it because, you know, Ark's a weird game like that. There's so much information. Not everybody takes everything in at the same time. So anyways, this is a really good one. It has a really nice crouch pot and it's got a little bit of underwater. It's not as big and it does have this really huge drop off. So when you do the defenses, you really got to make sure you kind of get everything set up at the front and stop people from getting in, because once they do get in, it's going to be a little bit harder to defend. But the fact of the matter is, to get them well defended so they can't get in is actually really easy to do, and that's why this one makes it on my number 2 spot. Coming in at number 1, the very absolute best base location on the island is going to be Ice Cave. This one's going to be located at 29.4, 32.0. Now, what really makes this one such a nice one is that you can really spam this one out super nicely. It's got one of the most OP crouch points, and it's just got this really long cave that makes it kind of difficult to actually get into where the fights are going to be. And on a defensive perspective, you can really lock down this area so super nicely. And you're also in the winter biome, which just makes it a little bit harder for people to survive. You're right kind of next to a river, and the terrain's awkward. So it's really hard to get like a fall that can just like lock down you and trap you inside of your entrance. So if you build this one out right, this one is just so OP. Now, I know this, again, kind of like the Carno one, is a little bit more well known, but I've never put it in this video. So this one is just going to be for those people who have never seen this. And like I said, as well, this is just me kind of going through all the maps in order they came out, just saying the best base locations as we go through it. And thank you guys as always for watching. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I also do have a TikTok going on, and a lot of it's art content as well as just some other nerd stuff. So I hope you guys go check that out and give it a follow. And yeah, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.